The heavy door creaked open, the rusted hinges protesting against the darkness within. I stepped into the containment chamber of SCP-035, my heart pounding like a drum. The air was thick, almost suffocating, and a sense of dread wrapped around me like a shroud. I was here to observe, to document. But deep down, I knew I was venturing into the belly of the beast. My gaze fell on the glass case at the center of the room, a pristine structure encasing the white porcelain mask that was SCP-035. It looked harmless, just a mask, but I knew better. The faint, viscous liquid seeping from its eye and mouth holes glistened in the dim light, a silent threat that whispered of decay and despair. I could feel the pull, a magnetic urge to reach out and touch it. I shook my head, trying to clear the fog creeping into my mind. I was in a rush to finish my report, but every second felt like an eternity. The whispers began, an unintelligible cacophony that seemed to seep from the walls, clawing at my sanity. I had read the reports. I knew what happened to those who got too close. I had seen colleagues fall victim to its charm, their minds twisted, their lives extinguished. Just a few more minutes, I muttered to myself. The words felt hollow, echoing in the silence. I turned my attention back to the mask, its expression shifting from comedic to tragic in a blink. I shivered. The way it seemed to change, to adapt, was unsettling. "Come closer," a voice echoed in my mind, smooth and inviting. It was SCP-035 speaking without a mouth. "Don't you want to learn my secrets? I can show you things beyond your wildest imagination." I clenched my fists to fight the urge. "No, I won't fall for your tricks." But the mask only chuckled, and the laughter sent chills down my spine. "Tricks? Oh, my dear friend, this isn't a trick. This is enlightenment. You have no idea what I can offer you." I stepped back, my breath quickening. I needed to leave, to escape this chamber of horrors. The blood-soaked walls were closing in, the patterns of sacrifice and darkness dancing before my eyes. Each step back felt like a war against an invisible force. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, drowning out my thoughts. Suddenly, the lights flickered, plunging the room into darkness. Panic surged through me. Stay calm, I whispered, but the words felt useless. Then I heard it, the unmistakable sound of glass shattering. My heart dropped as the containment case cracked, and I felt the ground tremble beneath me. A surge of liquid spilled forth, the corrosive substance pooling at my feet. "No, not like this," I shouted, stumbling backward. The walls writhed as if alive, the blood forming claw-like appendages reaching for me. I turned to run, but the door slammed shut, locking me inside. "Don't you see? This is where you belong," the mask crooned, its voice dripping with malice. "Join me, and we can be free together." Desperation clawed at my mind. I fumbled for my radio, but it was dead. Silent. The whispers crescendoed into a deafening roar, drowning out my thoughts. I fell to my knees, fighting against the overwhelming urge to succumb. Then, in a moment of clarity, I remembered the emergency protocol. I had to contain it, even if it meant sacrificing myself. I pulled out a small vial of SCP-101, the only weapon I had against this malevolent entity. "Stay back," I yelled as I broke the vial on the floor, the contained essence swirling around me like a protective barrier. The whispers turned into screams, and the appendages recoiled, hissing in rage. But before I could make my escape, a sudden realization hit me like a freight train. The voice had changed. It was mine. "You think you can escape me?" I gasped, horror washing over me. The twisted truth dawned upon me. I had been chosen. SCP-035 had found a new host, and it was me. As the darkness enveloped me, I understood. I wasn't just a researcher anymore. I was now part of the Mask, a puppet in its grand design, destined to spread its influence beyond these walls. The laughter echoed in my mind, a haunting melody that would never fade. The last thing I heard before the darkness took me was the Mask's triumphant voice. "You're finally free." And then, silence.